there. Thank you for joining us. Just want to check to see if there's anyone out there who cannot hear me. Excellent. Thank you so much for coming. Ah, okay. We're getting a few that can. Okay, sweet. Thank you. Thank you guys so much for coming. So welcome to Message in a Bottle, Play, Stories, and Iteration. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Renne Emiko. You might know me as Zinnia Zauber as well. I'm an artist, instructor, and superhero. In 2020, I was awarded the Thinker Award due to the support of my non-profit Commons family and the Virtual World's Best Practices in Education team. Thank you. I am a professor of multimedia communications and art at Peninsula College in Port Angeles, Washington, United States, America. And here's a link to my department. I would also like to thank my students who have joined us today and past students who have joined today too. Thank you. You can find my work in several places. You can see my website, Facebook, Twitter handle. Oh, thank you, Ray. So sweet. And the presentation will be at the Slideshare, my Slideshare link. It is not up yet. I want to be able to make some updates on it. So, oh, thank you, Zoe. Thank you. And then also I want to encourage you guys to please visit my sim to learn more about my work at Hue or You, which is also my physical business name. And these links and notes and a little gift is in the little poster right next to me. So be sure you get that. And then, of course, shameless plug for my book, Action Packed Superheroes at Amazon. Okay. Yes, thank you, Buffy, for greeting folks. Thank you guys so much for coming. Okay, so let's get into a mode. Along the virtual sandy shore, discover how to deliver meaningful messages through an encouraging method of incorporating continuous improvement, encompassing authentic intentions and inclusion. I've had the good fortune to live along sandy shores during my career as a college professor at Monterey Peninsula College by the Pacific Coast in California, and now at Peninsula College by the Salish Sea in Washington. Yes, I seem to have a thing for peninsulas. So we want to foster students to provide them empathetic feedback to support explorative play and productive process. I want to warn you, I write these things and sometimes they're not that easy to say. And effectively improve leadership and communication skills with storytelling and creative repetition. The Message in the Bottle is about communication, connections, honoring personal journeys, and accepting unexpected discoveries inside and out. Whenever you throw the bottle into the water, you must trust it will make a difference. I have to make visual systems to demonstrate complex concepts in colorful and accessible ways. These systems layer over each other and connect with each other. This learning system model has two parallel interwoven knots to demonstrate communication and iteration. We aim to create safe, challenging methods for students to energize imagination and increase learning agility. Play. Playing is the fearless practice, create safe, challenging methods for students to energize, oh, I said it before, energize imagination and increase learning agility. It's so good I said it twice. Stories. All stories have an introduction, a conflict, and a resolution. The introduction of a hero on a quest, the conflict of how to successfully tell your tale, and the resolution of the journey, an unexpected reward. The treasure you seek is within you. Iteration. The iterative design thinking is a circular cycle, like the phases of the moon influencing the waves. Design means to plan and communicate to create something amazing and improved. Methods of risk and steadfast assurance fire up creative problem-solving confidence when you know opportunities come around again and again. Are you feeling like you're at the coast now? You feel that splash of water on your face? I hope so. Let's explore a set of successful classroom guidelines to apply to your learning outcomes with playful prototyping, parallax learning approach, and a storytelling system that inspires scholarship through iterative design thinking, transformational experiences, and visual vocabulary to effectively inspire achievement. Then we'll hit the beach. I know you can't wait. These are the 12 guidelines I provide my students at the start of each course. You can see why they say I'm so overwhelming. How to be successful in my course's guidelines. So, communicate. Broadcasting is one way. Communication is two-way or more. It includes active listening. Looks like I'm missing a slide, so thank you guys for being patient with me. So here's our Peninsula College students working together in our Superhero Journeys new student orientation. HyFlex teaching modalities, which include online, live, and asynchronous learning, require many opportunities to communicate. So I use weekly check-ins, essays, and discussion boards to create interaction. Respect everyone and take responsibility. We're all in this together. We are a fellowship, and no matter your size or origin, we are all equals on this quest. A team or a consortium is a cooperative partnership that shares objectives on a joint adventure. Here we are at the Virtual Worlds Education Consortium meeting, and you will learn more about our work at this conference. Acknowledgement and thank your team. So we want to be sure that we're always thanking our teams. As a Virtual Worlds Education Consortium founder member, we honor and recognize the initiation of what was formed between many dedicated advocates who have been actively working together for years. I bet you know some of them. A single person cannot take credit. It takes away from the dedicated people who make it happen. Encourage inquiry and ask questions. Sometimes the question is more important than the answer. Inquiry is how we learn, not just what or how, but why. I always tell people to contact me if you have any questions, concerns, observations, or problems, or as I end my Zoom sessions, or freakouts. Here are my students attending community events and conferences. I encourage them to ask lots of questions. Inquiry leads to empathy. Purposely inviting people to meet others unlike themselves and provide assignments for them to tell their stories. Sharing is caring. Be unique. Just be your best self and enjoy what you do. Create your own media, or be sure that you have permission to use others' creations' media. So always give credit where credit is due. I also accept proposals to do things a little different or a creative alternative. Here are the lifelike stars of a college marketing video project. Can you tell which one's me? Always ask for permission and always be yourself. Here's the discussion. Can I do my honors project in Lego? Do we get custom minifigs? I ordered your part special. We are in accord. Work smart, not hard. Look ahead and apply your abilities effectively. Honor your educational opportunity. Here's Mackenzie at our art studio and gallery. Take time to observe effectively and efficiently in your work habits. Those scraps of paper could be another project. You see those on the floor? She took pictures of her actual scraps of paper so we could put them on the floor there. Be an idealist, not a perfectionist. Let's have fun and not be afraid to fail. We learn from our mistakes and failures. Perseverance. Some don't start or quit because they expect to be perfect. This is a safe environment to try new things, make epic blunders, and be successful. Here we are at a fun fundraiser for the conference as steampunk mad scientists. Be supportive of STEM and STEAM artists and scientists. Play, practice, grow, and teach. Perfection prevents experimentation and happy discoveries. Let's go, and you can go farther. I'll tell you the perfection, the idealist perfection one is the number one guideline that the students usually gravitate toward. Have courage and please don't be afraid to ask for help. If you have a problem, you can find help, and that I am most understanding of difficult situations that come up that may derail your process. And here I am channeling a little breakfast club. When the troll messes with the goats, they get the horns. When you have bullies, you need Billy Goat's gruff, right? Asking questions is a sign of high intelligence. Asking for help is a sign of trust. So other superheroes hit beast mode, but I go into big sister mode. And I want to express that through these difficult times of COVID, so many of our students have been through so much more distress, and it's been important that we are there for them, but our students have also been there for them. So thank you guys for doing that. Effort is rewarded. It is better to turn in something than nothing at all. You can always turn in work again to improve your earned points. Awarded coupon codes are earned by doing something harder and involve networking as an assignment swap. They get special codes for that. Here we are at another Virtual World's Best Practice in Education fundraiser and a big group hug. Several of my students attended this one, even some from over 20 years ago. That was awesome. And the coupon code for that one was Hula. Take advantage of community opportunities for students to prove what they can do beyond coursework. They earn more than just points. Offer solutions, not excuses. Creative problem solving is a highly regarded skill. Trust yourself, your team, and good intentions to support your success. Here's a student working on their first Prim building project in Second Life to decorate her Starship crewmate's wall. Isn't that amazing? Sometimes students are lost and they just need an opportunity to find their own path. They can reach the same destination with freedom to explore, or in this case, make new worlds. Be kind, brave, and productive. Give constructive feedback to your classmates. They are your allies and focus group. Here are my video students preparing to embark on a project to create a video for our partners at the Brain Energy Support Team, or BEST, who you can check out next to 4 o'clock. They're fantastic partners with us, and our digital storytelling project is at their Sims. Expressing the truth is kind and efficient. It must be helpful and supportive. Build a crew or a team that you have open and honest communication with before heading out on an adventure. Please take care. Eat an energy-packed breakfast. Get enough sleep, otherwise you cannot dream. Now, I put out breakfast goodies in all of our projects to remind people to fuel up. My poor students have to deal with this all the time. I'm like, we need a breakfast bar. We need a buffet. I'm sorry, we need a little more eggs and bacon here. You gotta have second breakfast. I need second breakfast. And we will have a break in class. Yes, and more pie. Thank you, Thunder. And we can have pie for breakfast too. I'm sorry, those of you who are just arriving, we were talking a lot about pie earlier. And I need fuel, and the students need fuel, and I know that they can't always get it, but we try our best to support that. So also include items and characters that give you comfort and make you smile. This is why we add trash pandas everywhere. It's trash pandas and plants, right, Ray? I gotta have more plants. I'm gonna like do a whole talk just about how every project is more plants. Thank you, Ray. Empower others. Stand up straight or stand up for others and yourself. Hands on hips. Now go ahead. I want you guys to try this. If you can, put your hands on your hips as your superhero pose. Now you notice when you put your hands on your hips, you sit upright. That's right. Thank you, Mookie. Create brave spaces. Now, we've heard safe spaces, but we want to embrace brave spaces. This is where we allow people to be themselves. No matter who you are, you can make a difference in somebody's life. Anyone can be a superhero. And here are my students sharing their achievement awards that they just made. You can see Emily is demonstrating superhero pose, hands on hips. Be super. Provide opportunities for students to have a voice and a place for impacting others. Let their superpowers shine. Okay, so now we can hit the beach. Now, I don't have any crashing wave sounds for you today. If you've met me, then you know you would not hear me anymore over those crashing waves. So, Walk on the Beach reveals storytelling themes of your art and your expression. Consider how your communication and you're trying to create clarity with it and what is important to you. So take a moment and just consider that you're sitting at the beach. And while you're thinking about that, I'm going to take a quick picture of y'all. Because I got to do what I tell everyone else to do, right? The document. Thank you, guys. Okay. So this lesson is a lesson that I often use to help my students write an artist statement or a branding action plan. And you know what we found is that we really need to focus on communication, right? Like again and again, it is a skill that students need, that we need to practice ourselves, and it is a way of showing our love and kindness for others. So go play. You need to do that more, and we get to do that here all the time, right? So here I am at those famous Sesame Street stairs. Now, this is at the Strong National Museum of Play in Rochester, New York, and I attended this during a New Medium Consortium conference. Isn't that the coolest? I love it. Somebody Come and Play. That was my favorite song from the Sesame Street album. In middle school, I would dress up in different outfits based on the interactive story I was hatching that day. Like a safari outfit when searching for the invisible elephants in the library. Using their imagination, I would get everyone to help look for them as we would work and laugh and play together. I know, like you're not surprised. But this is what I did as a kid. I make my mom take a photo of me on the first day of the quarter with my lucky bucket full of crayons. So the first day of school and parallax learning. So the first day with me, students make branding fortune tellers to advance a gamer growth mindset. A parallax learning approach requires changing perspective or viewpoint to a problem to gain the ideal outcome. Now, I had the good fortune to talk about parallax learning last year. I'll encourage you to investigate that in my Slideshares. Okay, so we're on the beach now. You ready? So I want you to start thinking about that. We're strolling along the beach and we're considering these different elements and thinking about how we communicate and consider things. So what catches your eye? These would be your colors and your inspiration. And I'll encourage you guys, go ahead and chat. If you think of something when we go through these different questions as we're strolling on the shore together, please feel free to share them in chat. You first saw a pumpkin. Was it me, Thunder? Yeah, well, you know, there's advantages and disadvantages of being able to be seen from a great distance. Yes, that dress is a little puffy. My pirate hat, yes. Okay, okay. So, so imagine you're on a beach that I'm not on. So I'm not distracting you. Okay, there we go. Little crabs. Excellent. Excellent. Believe me, guys, there are lots of pictures out there in the world of like an entirely blank beach where I live on the Strait of Juan de Fuca, and then you can see like this little dot of color way off in the distance. It's me. Excellent. Little sandpipers. Yeah, I make sound effects for them. They go. They sound a little bit like quail too. And the seagulls. All right. Excellent. And as you're going along, there are things that catch your eye that are specific colors. Like I collect all the white quartz rocks that I can find and fit in my pockets. Excellent, Ice Guy. Yes. My theme song. Okay. Excellent, Pookie. Okay, so here's a color lesson at my sim where you can click on a crayon and learn about what colors communicate. So you can see I have a thing for crayons. So we go from communicate to express. What hue are you? Well, obviously I'm orange. Not today, but what hue are you? Parallax learning encourages a strategic, empathetic approach and formulated growth mindset. Do you grok? Do you guys know what book that's from? I ended up having to teach like all of my administration what grok meant because I'm part of many equity teams. There you go. Ding ding, Beth. Good job. Excellently, Dale. Great. So equity flowers, care and growth. So this is something that I created. Oh, nice, Ava. I created to help people have a better understanding of, equity compared to equality. So welcomed in supportive pots as a foundation, seedlings start to grow into blooms with different barriers or difficult environments. Plants retain their unique differences while being provided adaptations, assistance, and encouragement to thrive. This is our exchange. Cut flowers do not grow. Supporting equity and inclusion is paramount. Using universal design in learning and thinking assures growth. It's difficult and inspiring work. You can do it. Yes. Excellent. All right, back on the beach. Okay. What do you collect? All right. So, Ava, you mentioned you picked up the jingly shells. Good colors. Good colors there. This is your visual vocabulary and expressive meaning. What is visual vocabulary? This is your unique lexicon that is created out of icons, images, photos, animated GIFs, videos, sculptures, drawings, and visual language without words. We often create these as we develop our design style and artistic expression. They may be little scratches that have meaning to us, but not our audience. Or they are a huge subject and passion of our entire reason for living. They populate our visual stories and create layers of depth through iconic information. If you've played Pictionary, then you know how important it is to be able to communicate meaning without words. And we do that here, don't we? We create much depth without words. And here's Mackenzie curating our gallery. Great, Beth. creating our gallery with her Color Aid Paper Allegory Series final project. I always like to give students projects that have a moral at the end. So share. Inquiry leads to empathy. Purposely invite people meeting others like themselves and to provide assignments for them to tell their stories. So to be able to find people that are unlike you and to share their stories. Sharing is caring. Here's a fun shot of a student's purse that I made with buttons that I also made that Sierra earned. Now, some of you who have met me probably have your own collection of my buttons. Feel. Express yourself with at least 16 pieces of flair. Students and friends collect my buttons/badges as rewards and small forms of expression. Since I have not been able to be with people during COVID, I end up getting pets for students or other prizes for them. How do you like to reward people? So no matter the size, support creative expression. All right, tell stories. Here we are at one of my virtual classrooms during an avatar onboarding session with several students being mentors to the new students. Pronoya. Are you familiar with pronoya? Paranoia is the fearful and persistent feeling that people are conspiring against you. They are out to get you. Pronoia is the opposite of paranoia. Pronoia is the productive and positive feeling that the universe conspires to do good and that people want to make you happy. Pronoia is something that we are pushing a lot on our campus and encouraging. You have a lot of people scheming to support you towards success. I was going to insert an evil laugh in there, but that's not the right place, right? So I encourage you to learn and use this, pronoia. Here's a picture of a tripod with a hair tie for smooth panning and screenshots of Sweet Charity, which we used to sing a lot in middle school choir. So following, looking for those invisible elephants and singing a lot of musicals like Sweet Charity. So demonstrate connections, iteration, rhythm, and rhyme. Don't worry, I'm not going to sing for you today. Yes, LV, yes, it is hard for students to accept. Oh, well, I could, a little bit. So let's see. I do a good, tape expender and so you can say, and the rhythm of life is a powerful beat. It puts a tingle in your fingers and a tingle in your feet. Rhythm on the inside, rhythm on the street. Yes, the rhythm of life is a powerful beat. And then I'll stop because I'll start going. I'll keep going. That's my Vegas version for you, Beth. Does that work? Okay. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. And then I can hear it in my head. To feel the rhythm of life, to feel the powerful beat. Okay, that's it. I'm stopping. See? It's stuck in my head. Okay. So here is a social media post. After an exhausting survey of engaging seating arrangements in Second Life with my Peninsula College Intro to 3D Design students. The students agreed. More expressive animations created welcoming balance of distinct autonomy and inclusiveness with meaningful iteration. And they really liked puffy pillows and marshmallows. Document your process and publicize it. Compare to throwing your message in a bottle and not knowing if it ever makes it to its intended target. Make it easy to be found on social media. So I got to remember to take another picture of you guys. How are you documenting our adventure today together? Don't worry, Ray. It's not an assignment today. we're on spring break. Oh, yay! Good, Lori. Yay. Yeah, we're working on a series of green dot, folks. Oh, excellent. Thank you, Ray. We'll figure out that coupon code for you later. So, help with visual learning by taking snapshots, screenshots, or video as you go to capture the story full color and action. Or napping. It was a long day of adventuring. Okay, so what does the message in your bottle communicate? So this is going to be your fundamental purpose and motivation. Oh, I think one of your crabs are out there for you. It's a nice orange one. Well, I live by the Dungeness Bay of Dungeness crabs, so we got to have crabs everywhere. Okay, so this is an older photo taken in my classroom of having a student give a lesson on how to create a meme. I was mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore, right? So observe. Give yourself time to understand why you or others are frustrated. Fear halts progress and participation. Effective communication is met when people want to meet your message. Here's a screenshot of a video demonstrating the parallel of the physical and virtual worlds. Support. So I teach students to do visual bookends. These support the beginning and the ending of a story or project. So Mackenzie and Cassie made an intro to Second Life video to support all of us. And you'll find that when you give students projects that support others, it has more meaning and they do a lot more work. Okay, now insert an evil laugh. Muhahaha. What creates calm in you? So as we've been walking along the beach, what creates that calm? This is your method and mastery. This is about flow. And you can visit my exhibit about creative flow. Please do. More gifts in there. More gifts. Thank you, Edith. I'll pause for a second and mention that I always try to have the students consider that. When we tell stories, I usually have them start from the end, so that they know what the message is that they want to deliver. And then have them work backwards. And thinking about that idea of putting, like if you're going to start with a sunrise, then you end with a sunrise or a sunset, So giving those kind of visual bookends always helps. Okay, so yes, Lee Day, yes, we are geared for that. We expect it. That's why I will not let anyone end the story with, and they walk off into the sunset. That will not work for me. Oh, Tara, yes. Okay. Absolutely. If you're going to introduce that, you better use it. Okay, so here are students curating a starting point for our Find Funding for School Shore project. They wanted to have it start in an art studio to remind people to be creative finding money for college. So think about it. We cause good trouble. Now, I'm often called a rabble rouser at campus, and they finally figured out that it caused good trouble. So asking for help is a sign of trust. Other superheroes, oh, it's the same message. Oh, guys, I didn't realize I put the same message in here. But we can go back to that idea that we got to trust people and we got to believe in them. Yeah. So, you know, there's that pronoia. So think about pronoia in that regard. Yeah. So what I want you guys to see is the buckets that the students have created there. I think I say this multiple times. Okay, here are the students working in their gallery. Even when students are unable to join us in the virtual learning environment to contribute, they contribute awesome ideas, and their classmates help assemble their ideas and curate their work in our storytelling projects and galleries. Iterate to innovate. This is my learning system for effective media production. Round and round, making it better along the way. Design learning and media production iterative process through researching, doing, reviewing, and improving. Students might experience transparency in learning and teaching, or TILT, which some assignments and projects have as a communication tool. Its premise is to make learning process implicit and equitably accessible for all students. Here I am with my Hot Wheels track that I would take to fancy dinner parties in the 90s. You can tell it's me. It's the orange, right? So loop-de-loo lesson. An art practice isn't just doing artistic learning and application over and over again. It's to get better at being creative. And art or artistic practice refers to the ways in which an artist goes about their work. Here's Angela Mackenzie's honor students projects. This is where they demonstrate their professional branding and art experience. Artistic practices includes resolve and understanding that goes beyond the physical activities of making art or creative expression. Your intentional art practice of creation includes your influences of aesthetic choices, research, materials, learning, skills, and using the physical and integrated skills, mastering all of those applied creative aspects you use in your art making process. Art making is less about the object based. It now includes the processes that are based in the activities of the art practice. So thinking about going round and round in your loop-de-loops and your Hot Wheels, you got to keep practicing. Okay. I'm looking at the clock. Thank you, Buffy, for giving me a time. So I mentioned here are some students that were learning from other artists. And I suspect many of you guys have visited this sim, Fiona Fee. It's beautiful. Okay. So who do you want to share this experience with going to the beach? This is your audience and engagement. So I'm ready for my close-up. Analyze. Meet students where they're at. Angela evaluated how many students wanted to keep attending Peninsula College to earn a bachelor's in applied science in multimedia. Her honors project was a video advocating for it. Here are students adding to their mission badges to our pirate ship and testing out our new ship. Teach. Strengthen your mass. As a continuum of previous students' stories and sales, new scholars are eager to research their community contribution and define their individual lessons and mission. Why is the beach important to you? These are your challenges and your contribution. Here are students with my kitty cats in my gallery after a challenging day. Do. Enhance your calm. Stop. Kitty time. Take some time with friends and reflect on what's important to you. Your challenges might be others as well, so team up. Here's a Peninsula College digital storytelling Jedi setting. Okay, you can have those, but you can have those. This is our Jedi Center and Gallery during an educational meeting. And Jedi stands for Justice, Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion. Effect. Lead by example. Contribute to the success of others. Our students will be mentors, teachers, and superheroes. Stand up for them, and they will fly for you. So our beach walk has revealed maybe your art, storytelling themes. Some other things may have come up. We definitely talked about pie, so we're good. And I'm going to go through these real quick. Our different ideas of what catches your eye, what do you collect, what the message says, what creates calm, and who you want to share the experience with. When you start thinking about these things, start listing them and find how they connect. I'm big on developing themes to build connections between things and to interweave more meaning. And if you can't tell, I'm a weaver. Because the more you listen and share, the more you know that you're not alone. And here we are at our Virtual Worlds Education Consortium cross-community Campfire Chat. Looking forward to hosting them in our new Eduverse sim. Yeah, some more. Here's our model again. Our learning system. You can see that all the different layers. So share your message in the bottle. You never know where it'll lead people or what path it might light. Here are my 2021 Multimedia Communication Honor students that are wishing well, surrounded by their amazing and thoughtful work. Trust your students to help light the way as well. Communication is two parallel interwoven expressions, separate and together while relaying and supporting. Waves go to and fro. Keep trying and improving. Trust yourself. Thank you very much. Thank you guys so much. Yay! Thank you. Thank you for engaging along the way. Thank you. So here's some hashtags. I'm Zinnia Zauber, Renne, Emiko, Brock. It has been a pleasure to share a stroll along the shore with you. Thank you. Thank you, Buffy.